Hello everyone, I'm the Silver Owl Thrifter. I usually make videos about eBay, but today I want to talk a little bit about my real estate experience where we just moved, and my experience specifically with using pods. And overall, I liked the pods. I thought it was very convenient. They bring this container to your house, and you have like a whole month from beginning to the end of from when you get it to when they actually pick it up from your next house. I liked it because you could load it at your leisure, and I liked that they drove it. We moved from Maryland to Virginia. We had a 8x8x16 pod, and I think it ended up costing us about $2,400. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't really have the exact price. I did want to talk about one main thing that I think everybody who uses pods has to be aware of. And they do have some of this stuff in their tutorials. And, oh, sorry. My dog is here. Here she is. There's Chelsea. And she's going to get a little treat now. Back here. You watch me on my other channel. You know that Chelsea's a big part of things here. Okay, so I was talking about the pods, and we got it. We loaded it up. They also have where they recommend people who you can hire to load up, and they had people on both ends. So you could hire them from where you're moving from to where you're moving to. And we had our own guy, but so they loaded it up, and we tried to follow the tutorial where they said tie everything off, every few feet so it doesn't all slam into each other when you're driving or when you park it at the next place. And they asked us some things about, and so we did that, and we had it full. We had it very, very full, and then they picked it up a few days later, and they drove it to Virginia, and they parked it. And we had, they asked us, how do you want the door facing, away from your house or towards your house when we drop it off? And I said, well, towards our house. That'll make it easier to pull it out, right? And so, and our driveway is a little bit sloped, but nothing crazy. Although in their tutorials, they said, watch for sloping because the stuff can fall into the door and cram it. But I guess I thought, well, they didn't really talk about that too much. I don't know, they didn't emphasize the importance of this because it ended up being very important. So a couple days later, we had guys that we hired through them come to unload, and they could not open the door. And so we had to actually send them away and pay them for their time, which is fine, of course. It's not their fault. They had to come out there and reschedule them to come back a few days later, and then call pods and schedule them to come out and take care of this door problem, which they did. Within 2 days, they came out, but they did say to us, if the door is damaged, we would have to pay for it. So that's fine. I guess it was probably in the contract and everything, but still, I wish they had explained more the importance of all they had to do is turn it the other way, because what happened was everything kind of fell towards the door. If they had parked it the other way, it would have fallen the other way, been easier to unload, even though you would have to go around it. But anyways, so they did come out, and they had to load it up, take it for a drive, and kind of brake a lot when he was driving, he said, so that it would kind of shift everything away. They brought it back, they parked it, and it opened. So that was fine. However, it was just kind of a pain in the butt, the whole thing, honestly. So, and then it was extra expense for us too, because we had to pay the guys. Now, would I use pods again? Yes, I liked the experience, and I know that this was probably partially my fault. I'll take some of the blame here. I thought about it, but I just didn't think about it too much because I felt like they would make more of a big deal about it if it was so important. I don't know. Just sharing, if you use pods, And also, ours was 2,400 because we drove, I think it was 400 miles or something, 300 or 400 miles. Now, if you're driving cross country or something like that, the cost can become quite a bit more. So just check that out too. But I think for moves that maybe aren't super, super far away from each other, it's a good plan. But just park it, tie everything off really good. Don't overpack it, and park it so that it's either completely balanced or even a little bit at an angle so that the stuff doesn't fall into the door. All right. Well, I hope that that'll save somebody else the hassle that we had to go through. Okay. See you in the next one.